NLP show take one. And start countdown. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a massive welcome to your host, Matthew Lloyd. Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Matthew Lloyd and this is the second episode of the first series of the NLP show, NLP Beating Fears and Phobias. For those of you who don't know, my name is Matthew Lloyd and I write all the scripts for the shows. However, due to prolonged sleep deprivation due to poor quantity and quality of sleep, I suffer from severe memory problems. For this reason, I use a teleprompter to remind me of the script and prevent me forgetting important things in the show. Okay, so now that's all cleared up. Just to remind you that you can download the script for this show along with any accompanying material from our website, which is www.clubmapproductions.org, where you can also find all of our other shows, trailers and behind the scenes footage. Now, please bear with us because we are a small production company. We're a community-based, not-for-profit production company, and we rely on volunteers for the running of the business. We also provide most of our positions as training positions. So with regards to our website, it is a work in progress. So bear with us. There will be a few things that will be added later on. Anyway, if you would like to see the script, download the script, see other shows, trailers, behind the scenes footage and blogs and other information about what we do, then please visit the website at www.clubmapproductions.org. So let's get on with the show then. Some people seem to have a natural talent for success, whether it's their ability to communicate clearly, inspire others, solve problems creatively, or remain calm under pressure. They appear to achieve results with ease. But what if these qualities weren't just innate gifts? What if they were the result of specific patterns of thinking, speaking, and behaving? Patterns that could be identified, learned, and applied by anyone. This is the foundational idea behind neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP. Developed in the early 1970s, NLP is now recognised as one of the most rapidly expanding fields in applied psychology. Rather than offering abstract theories, NLP focuses on the practical how of human excellence. It studies what high performers in various fields do differently, how they communicate, how they make decisions, how they motivate themselves and others, and distills these behaviours into teachable skills. At its heart, NLP is about modelling excellence. It offers a set of tools and techniques that help you understand how people structure their internal experience, how they use language, how they manage their emotional states, and how they make sense of the world. By learning these models, you can begin to reproduce the same kind of results in your own life. One of NLP's greatest strengths is in the area of communication. Whether you're a teacher, a therapist, a manager, or simply someone who wants to connect more effectively with others, the ability to communicate clearly and persuasively is key. NLP teaches you how to build rapport, how to listen more deeply, and how to adapt your message so that it truly resonates with your audience. These communication skills aren't just useful in personal interactions, though they're the foundation for achieving outstanding results in any area of life. Whether you're trying to improve your relationships, develop leadership skills, enhance your teaching or counselling abilities, or grow your business, NLP provides tools that are both flexible and effective. As more people discover the power of NLP, it's becoming an essential resource for personal development and personal excellence. Its impact is already being felt in fields such as counselling, where it helps clients make lasting change, in education, where it supports more effective teaching and learning, and in business, where it enhances leadership, negotiation and team dynamics. In short, NLP offers a pathway to greater self-awareness, deeper understanding of others, and the ability to create the results you truly want in every area of life. Okay, so an introduction to NLP. In the early 1970s, on the sun-drenched campus of the University of California, Santa Cruz, a revolutionary approach to human behavior, communication, and personal change began to take form. This was the birthplace of neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, a term that would come to define a model for understanding and shaping human experience. Excuse me. Originally developed in 1972 by Richard Bandler, a student of psychology, and John Grinder, a professor of linguistics, NLP sought to decode the language of the mind. By 1976, their collaborative efforts had accumulated in a methodical and repeatable framework that explored how people could achieve excellence in communication and personal development. What is neuro-linguistic programming? At its core, neuro-linguistic programming is a study of our neurology, neuro, language, linguistic, and patterns of behaviour, programming, and how they interact to create the experiences we live. NLP suggests that much of human behaviour can be understood as a kind of programming, software we run in our minds. And just like software, it can be debugged, rewritten, and optimised. NLP doesn't claim to be a science in the traditional sense, but rather a pragmatic model, a user manual for the mind. It focuses on what works, what yields results, regardless of theory. Its primary question is, how do people who are excellent at what they do think and behave differently from others? The roots, Santa Cruz, 1972 to 1976. Santa Cruz in the early 1970s was a haven for experimentation and inquiry. It was in this environment that Bandler and Grinder began modelling their behaviour and communication patterns of individuals who were considered exceptionally effective, particularly therapists like Virginia Satir, Fritz Perls, and Milton Erickson. By observing how these individuals achieved rapid and lasting change in others, the duo began to isolate patterns that could be taught and replicated. By 1976, the initial methods of NLP had been codified into a set of principles and techniques that could be taught to others, a toolbox for personal transformation. So maps and filters. A foundational concept in NLP is that the map is not the territory. This means that people do not respond to reality itself, but to their internal representations of it, their mental maps. These maps are created through filters, personal experiences, beliefs, values, cultural conditioning, and even our sensory limitations. Understanding that each person operates from their unique internal map allows us to approach communication and relationships with more empathy and precision. Okay, so learning, unlearning, and relearning. In the words of the futurist Alvin Toffler, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. NLP is inherently a learning technology. It provides tools not only to acquire new skills and attitudes, but also to unlearn limiting beliefs and behaviours and to relearn or reshape perspectives to suit desired outcomes. This dynamic adaptability is what makes NLP particularly powerful in education, therapy, business, and personal growth. The 3-minute seminar. One of the most sustainant expressions of NLP can be found in what's humorously called the 3-minute seminar. It boils down the entire philosophy into 3 ideas. 1. Know what you want. Have a well-formed outcome. 2. Notice what you're getting. Sensory acuity and feedback. And 3. Be flexible in your behaviour. Change your approach until you get what you want. So, though simple, this triad captures the spirit of NLP: clarity, awareness, and adaptability. Outcomes, present state and desired state. Central to NLP is the concept of outcomes. Rather than focusing on problems, NLP emphasizes the movement from a present state to a desired state. This idea is to identify where you are now, clarify what you want to go, and then use tools and strategies to bridge the gap. This shift from problem orientation to outcome orientation is subtle but profound, empowering individuals to take charge of their internal and external worlds. Communication, rapport, and pacing and leading. Effective communication in NLP goes far beyond words. It involves understanding non-verbal language, matching another's physiological and verbal cues to build rapport, and then gently guiding interaction, a process known as pacing and leading. Pacing means someone meeting someone where they are, reflecting their posture, tone, language, or emotional state. Leading involves subtly guiding the person towards a new state or perspective once rapport has been established. This approach enhances not only personal relationships but also leadership, sales, coaching, and negotiation. Conclusion. Neurolinguistic programming began as an attempt to decode excellence and has since evolved into a vast toolkit for change. From the small academic community of Santa Cruz in the 1970s to a global network of practitioners today, NLP continues to offer powerful insights into how we think, communicate, and transform. Now, I can't stress enough with this show, it's a good idea to watch the whole series from the start and watch each episode in order to get a comprehensive and chronological coverage of the subject. It might also be a good idea to watch one of our other shows in conjunction with the show, and that show is Your True Potential, and that goes out on the 20th of the month. The first part of this series looks at mindfulness and meditation, which is a great practice to carry out in order to quieten and then be able to be more aware and in control of your mind and your thoughts, which will then greatly benefit you with this show series. Now, for all of our shows and to download the scripts and any accompanying material for shows, please visit our website www.clubmapproductions.org, where you can find all our shows, trailers, behind the scenes footage, along with downloads. Now, for shows on their own, there is our YouTube channel, which is at Club Map Productions. In this series of shows, we'll look further into neurolinguistic programming and how you can use it to overcome fears and phobias, as well as generally improving your personal and professional life overall. So, that's all we've got time for in this show. Thanks again for dropping by and watching our show. If you have enjoyed this show, please feel free to view our other shows, particularly the paranormal show Is There Anybody Out There, which you'll find very interesting, hopefully. Now, just a quick update for those of you who have been following us in relation to the trainee resident DJ vacancy. A decision has now been made. After the first two successful candidates had to drop out for various reasons, we have now gone and selected the candidate who was initially going to do it in the first place, Mike Winter, who is also the inspiration behind this production company. However, he has now had to relocate to a different county, a neighbouring county to us, Dorset. So, unfortunately, he will not be able to present our other shows for us because it's quite a distance to travel. He doesn't have a car or a bike at the moment, so we'll have to rely on bus, which is about a 3-hour journey. However, we are going to set up a sister studio in Sherborne, Dorset, for him to run, where he will also be able to record and film the DJ show, A DJ's Journey. Now, to give us time to save up and set up the equipment we need for a sister studio, and also to accommodate pre-booked holiday he's got, he will not start the position until the 1st of August, and the first show of A DJ's Journey will go out on the 15th of August, and then the 15th of each subsequent month after that. So that means that, unfortunately, until we can get maybe a volunteer presenter, if anyone's interested out there, yeah, it means you're stuck with this face and this voice for the remainder of the shows. However, we are looking at getting a volunteer presenter, if anyone's interested, to present the shows for us, because that would be much better, someone more appealing than me. Anyway, again, that's the update, and the DJ show starts August 15th. Thanks again. Hope to see you next month for the next episode of NLP Beating Fears and Phobias, due out on the 28th of each month. Okay, thank you very much. That's your lot for now. And cut.